Okay, gentlemen, if you'd like to make this your last length, please. Let's try and start the gala. Maybe a minute or two early if we're lucky. Okay, coaches, team managers. It won't take long to get these first two heats out the way, so if you'd like to get the gentlemen ready as well, send them over to marshalling. I said it'll only take 8 minutes, and then it'll be the first of the male events, so they can get them over to marshalling. I see 1 or 2 teams starting to turn up. Okay, looks like we're ready. So ready to get the this session, the final session of the Swim England Northwest Championships underway. Before we do, can you please show your appreciation and welcome onto the poolside your technical officials. And I know they love this song. And it looks like the officials have all taken their places, so thank you very much. You may kindly take your seats. And before we get underway, the eagle-eyed amongst you on the either electronic or the paper copy of the team sheets, you might notice that the first heat is actually the fastest seeded teams. It's not a mistake. There was a couple of alterations that had to be made by a club or two. That obviously throws the timing, the programming out, so it's not an error. We will be swimming the fastest seeded ladies first. So I think we're ready to get underway. So this is event 651. It's the females 14 to 16 years, 400 metres freestyle team. Thank you, referee. Oh, and they're off. In lane 1, we have City Liverpool B. Lane 2, Trafford Metro. Lane 3, Stockport Metro. Lane 4, City of Salford. Lane 5, City of Liverpool. Lane 6, Stockport Metro B. Lane 7, Preston. And in lane 8, Leyland Barracudas.
Coming to the end of the first 50, it looks like it might just be Stockport in lane 3 over there. That's Amelia Williams-Blake leading the way on this leg. Fast and furious this one compared to this morning. Remember, this morning was 4x200, this 4x100. So straight out sprints back to the box here for the takeover. So it looks like we might have, not surprisingly, Emily Bloxidge just taking the lead, but still close behind her. We've got our 2 Stockport teams, and we've also got Liverpool down here in lane 7 as well.
Okay, that's the first leg done. On to the second leg. It still looks like lane 4. That's City of Salford. There's not much there between lanes 1, 3, 5 and 7. I tell you, City of Liverpool B are giving City of Liverpool A a run for the money. Sometimes the case, they get given the chance to swim a bit harder, but as it looks out on the second leg, City of Salford who extended the lead from Stockport Metro and Liverpool 8. We've also got Preston over there in lane 7. Coming onto the flags, City of Liverpool have managed to drag some of that lead away. And it's coming into City of Salford, then City of Liverpool. Can't really tell between Preston and Stockport Metro. Then Liverpool B.
So it's Katie Lee from Salford who picks up the lead of this race. Closely followed by Kerry Henney in lane 5 there of Liverpool. Fairly fast first 50 by the looks of it from Ruby Sims of Stockport Metro as well. So it looks like that's our 1, 2, 3 at the moment as Salford turned first with Katie Lee, then Liverpool with Kerry Henney, and then it was Ruby Sims of Stockport holding on to third place there. So 25 or so to go before we hand over to the final leg. We can see our last swimmers raring to go on the blocks here. It still looks like Salford from Liverpool, then Stockport Metro, as our last swimmers get ready and raring to go over in lane 1 as well. The second Liverpool team finishing strongly in this leg, but it is Salford, followed by Liverpool, and then Stockport Metro is going to the last 100.
Gabriella Hunt from City of Liverpool has already halved our lead in the first 25 metres. We've got Stockport Metro swimming hard in lane 3. It's a ferocious scrap now between City of Salford and City of Liverpool. Two of the powerhouse cities of the Northwest slugging it out head to head into that turn, and it's Gabriella Hunt. She's 0.15 of a second ahead of City of Salford. Stockport Metro in lane 3. Then we've got City of Liverpool in lane 1. It looks like City of Liverpool are going to swimming in. 20 metres go, going to take the touch. Can City of Salford fight back, or is it City of Liverpool way? 4, 3, 2, 1. It's City of Liverpool, City of Salford, followed by Stockport Metro and Liverpool B. Stockport Metro B, Preston. Wow, those results confirmed. City of Liverpool 3:59.68, 4 minutes 36. City of Salford, Stockport 4:04.33, and City of Liverpool B 4:08.51.
Heat 2. So in the second and final heat of this 4x100 freestyle relay, we have in lane 1 Bebbington, lane 2 is Ramsbottom, in lane 3 it's Carnforth, in lane 4 Wigan Best, lane 5 is City of Liverpool C, in lane 6 is Leyland Barracudas B team, and in lane 7 it's Stretford. Looks fairly tight as we're going down there, perhaps just Evie Cutter of Wigan Best leading the way. And as they come under the flags, I think that's right, closely followed by Orla Emery over in lane 2 there, swimming for Ramsbottom. It is Wigan Best turning first on this first leg. Possibly a couple of these swimmers in this first leg. Certainly Evie in lane 4 may be looking to drop below that 1 minute mark. Let's have a look at the scoreboard for that. As she comes down with about 20 metres to go. It is still Wigan Best leading the way. Second is Ramsbottom. And in third is Carnforth. So Evie Cutter is going to touch first. Will she touch under that minute mark? Oh, slightly over, but it is Wigan that come away first. Very close between lanes 2 and 3 who go in together.
Got those takeovers out of the way. We've got Wigan Best. Strong leg there by Evie Cutter. Handed over for her teammates. That's Kira Johnson. They're the standout team in this heat. Closely followed. Lanes 2 and 3 are swimming hard there. That's Ramsbottom and Carnforth. They're making a little bit of an inroad into Wigan Best. Looking at lane 5 as well. City Liverpool C team. Always bodes well for a region when clubs can field multiple teams into an event. Just coming into this takeover again is Wigan Best. Looks like there's been a strong leg there from City Liverpool.
So leading the way for Wigan Best still there is Anaya Chisnall over in lane 4. 5 to 10 metre lead now over Liverpool C. You've come back strong in that last leg, but we can see in lane 2 Ramsbottom and lane 3 Carnforth teams going well. Leyland Barracudas not far behind in lane 6. But it will be Anaya Chisnall, I think, who's going to turn, maintaining that lead as she comes with 50 to go in her leg. 3 teams behind her though, with just Liverpool turning second, and I think it's Ramsbottom and Carnforth turning at pretty much the same time, a few hundredth of a second between them there. But Anaya Chisnall, it is 25 to go. This lead looks similar as we look towards the blocks again and see those swimmers for the final leg getting ready to go. So Anaya swimming strongly in under the flags here. It will be Wigan Best that come with a fairly strong lead perhaps. Our Liverpool swimmer there in lane 5, Elizabeth, has caught up a little there. And it will be Liverpool who turns second. Looks like Ramsbottom and Carnforth still going at it stroke for stroke as they all go into that last leg now.
Last leg now, we've got 60 metres to go for Wigan Best. Got City Liverpool powering down trying to catch them, but it's maybe too much to ask. And over there in lanes 2 and 3, we've got Emily and Clara trying as hard as it can to catch City Liverpool C team. But they pretty much led from start to finish. Wigan Best in lane 4. Got about last 20 metres to go. Looks like Liverpool have made a little bit of an inroad, but not enough to stop Wigan Best. And over there, Clara Spence is having a really strong leg there. Wigan Best take the touch, 4:12.40. Then it's City Liverpool C, 4:18.84. Then Carnforth. We're just got our final teams just coming down this last leg. Touching there, that's Lottie Williams, Isabel Holmes. We've got about 20 metres to go for Sophie Hewlett. One or two parents there looking closely at the timing splits to see how they've done. Let's wait for those results just to get confirmed, which they have been. And then we'll be moving on to the gentlemen, which is be Heat 1 of event 652. In lane 1 we have Wigan Best. No, we don't. In lane 1 we have Stratford. In lane 2 we have Stratford Metro. In lane 3 we have City Liverpool C. Lane 4 we have Clitheroe. Lane 5 Altrincham. Lane 6 Wigan Best. And lane 7 Bebington.
So a fast start as you'd expect, but it looks like Simon Harrison of Altrincham just going to turn first, and he does so, closely followed by Joshua Hayes and then Oliver Lambert. Not much to choose between those first two especially.
I know the relay is very exciting, but coaches, team managers, we have a lack of swimmers for the next event. Female 14 years, 100 metres backstroke in marshalling, please. Can you please send over the ladies over to 100 metres backstroke to marshalling?
Coming towards the end of this first leg, it is Altrincham in 5, closely followed by Wigan Best in 6. In fact, they touch pretty much together. and one of our Liverpool teams touching third there.
Same to the last heat. Looks like Wigan Best are out in the lead. And some strong results this weekend, Wigan Best. So they're lane 6. That's Ethan Mailer. Just into his second leg now. "25 metres to go. And it's Wigan Best from Altrincham. And then it looks like City Liverpool C. Joshua Paul is going to hand over to Joseph. And there's the takeover there for Wigan. Altrincham and City Liverpool C.
Still Liverpool leading the way as Alfie Owen takes up the swim in there. Chasing him hard from Altrincham in lane 5 is Oscar LaRue. Over in lane 3, Liverpool C team with Joseph Mahood going strongly. But Wigan perhaps stretching the lead a little bit here. Alfie Owen is going to turn with maybe about 5 metres or so between himself and Oscar LaRue from Altrincham. Perhaps Liverpool in lane 3 there, gaining a little bit on that second place. So watch this as we come down this second half of this leg. Again, last swimmers getting ready, watching their teammates come down. So it looks like we've got Alfie still coming on with a decent lead. So Alfie Owen of Wigan Best comes under the flags in a moment or two. He's going to touch and hand over to his teammate. Pretty close now between Altrincham, that's Oscar LaRue, and Joseph Mafood over in lane 3 there from Liverpool. Not much to choose between lanes 2, 4 and 7 behind them as well, and we're into our last leg.
On to our last leg. It is going to be Wigan Best. I think that lead is unassailable. No one's going to be able to catch that. But the question is, City Liverpool C or Altrincham? At the far end, just into the turn, there's probably half a second in it. It's Oscar Donnelly versus Mustafa Mohammed. This is going to be a nail-biting finish. The City Liverpool swimmers caught right up. Can Altrincham hold on? Wigan Best take the touch in a time of 3:53.23. Tying up just to the finish. Is it City Liverpool or Altrincham? It is City of Liverpool C, followed by Altrincham. Just wait for those results to get confirmed, and then we'll move on to the second heat. Those results confirmed. Moving on to heat 2.
And as the final heat of our relays this year gets underway, just to confirm, in the last heat there were disqualifications in lane 1 and lane 7. But in this heat we have in lane 1 City of Liverpool B, lane 2 Stockport Metro B, lane 3 Stockport Metro A, lane 4 Ramsbottom, lane 5 City of Liverpool, lane 6 Preston, lane 7 the City of Manchester, and in lane 8 it's Carnforth. So it looks fairly even in this leg here. Perhaps Stockport Metro over in lane 3, and in lane 5, one of Liverpool's teams going strongly. I think we've got Daniel Codaverde and Joseph Ashley leading this leg, 2 strong swimmers to lead their teams off. Looks like they've gone big early with those two swimmers. And there we go in the start of the second leg.
There's 3 or 4 teams there, they're vying for third place, but so far it's a head-to-head between Stockport Metro and City Liverpool. Just separated by about 40 miles of the M62 or the M56, depending which way you want to drive. Henry Taylor just taking the touch there from Ethan Kelly from City Liverpool. Strong leg there from the Stockport Metro swimmer. When you're going at this kind of level, it is only 10 separating these swimmers. Can the City Liverpool swimmer dig deep? Lost a bit on the turn down there. I think he might have. That's Ethan Kelly. He's going to get the touch. And then Stockport Metro. Third place.
Looking tight between these two teams. We've got Dylan Madican in the water for City Liverpool in lane 5. Harry Moore sprinting hard behind him of Stockport Metro. Look behind them there. Lanes 1, 4, 5, 6 and 7 really close together. But still, Dylan Madican of Liverpool just leading the way. Harry Moore with a fast first 50. They're going to turn in a similar time here. Not much between those guys there. About half a second or so as they head back down towards the finish. So still fairly even between these two swimmers. A good race between Liverpool in lane 5. That's with Dylan Madican. Harry Moore swimming a good leg here for Stockport and finishing strongly. It might be Harry just edging in front as they come in front of me. Not much to choose at all. I think it will be Stockport just touching first. Oh, there was about 600ths in it there. It was Liverpool's. We're going to the last leg.
Into the final leg. Straight up fight between Stockport Metro, the Wolfpack, versus City Liverpool. That's the Liverbird versus the Wolf. 40 metres to go. And it looks like Mir Altabak from Stockport Metro has just got a smidgen ahead of City Liverpool. Somebody there in lane 4. Screaming down the pool. Sammy Sutcliffe from Ramsbottom. He wants some of the action, but he's left a bit too late. But it is going to be Stockport Metro. Mir Altabak by George Dainty, City Liverpool. Sammy Sutcliffe for Ramsbottom. And it's a thorough score between 1 and 6. I think it's going to be. Nope. It was lane 6. It was Preston.
Whew. Don't know about the swimmers, but we're shattered up here after that. Some great racing there. So we're moving on shortly to our next event. The officials always enjoy this bit of putting those ledges in. It's the highlight of their day. And once those ledges in, we'll obviously be moving on to some backstroke races. The next event is event 653. It's the female 14 years and under 100 metres backstroke. It's looking like we are almost ready to go. Perhaps a bit of extra swimming for Daniel over there at the moment. So we get underway in this event. There are going to be 10 heats of the female 100 metres backstroke. We're just about ready to start, I think. This will be heat number 1. So heat one's underway. In lane one, it's Amy Chorlton of Manchester. Lane two is Yut Tung Yam of Trafford Metro. Lane three, Emmy Connors of Warrington. And in lane four, it's Erin Morris of Wigan Best. Lane five, Anajin Honor of Warrington. Lane six, Ayla McCrory of Stockport Metro. And in lane eight, it's Holly Relf of Penrith. Just a quick announcement, could we wish one of our lifeguards on the far side of the pool there, that's Sean Parkinson, a very happy birthday for today. Give us a wave over there, Sean, happy birthday to you. Looks delighted with that, I think. Let's get back to the swimming. Turning first there was Erin Morris. And as they come back down, a fairly even heat, this one. Looks possibly like Holly Relf down in lane 8 here, who's making a bit of a move as she turns and breaks out into the second length of this 100 backstroke. Looks to me like it is Holly taking a little bit of a lead here. We've got some 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds and one 14-year-old in this heat. Entry times all within the 1:22 region. So let's have a look at that clock as Holly Relf comes in with around 7 or so metres to go. Is she going to go under that entry time of around 1:22? She certainly is. And it is Holly Relf that touches first in a time of 1:18.55. Second was Ayla McCrory, 1:19.5. And in third was Erin Morris in 1:19.92. Results are in. We're moving on shortly to Heat 2. Heat 2's underway, and in lane 1 it's Amelia Ashwell of Barrow. Lane 2, Rosie Byrne of Ramsbottom. Lane 3, Lily Clifford of Cockermouth. Lane 4, Isla Pulvertaft of Satellite. Lane 5, Maya Carwer of Warrington. Lane 6, Chloe Jones of Prescott. Lane 7 is Jessica Sale of Altrincham, and in lane 8 it's Lucy Patton Hampton of Ormskirk. Not much to choose by the looks of it between Rosie Byrne, Lily Clifford and Iva Pulvertaft in lanes 2, 3 and 4 as they head down with about 10 metres to go in this first 50 of their 100 backstroke. In this race here we've got girls in the 11 years age group in lane 1 and in lane 7. The rest are in the 12-year age category. Entry times for these guys pretty close together. We've got a 1:20.7 ranging up to a 1:22.1. And a few swimmers very much in this race as they turn, with Amelia turning first after the 50. Possibly looks like Chloe Jones of Prescott in lane 6, or over in lane 1 there, Amelia Ashwell still stretching the lead out pretty well. So Amelia on the far side, her entry time of 1:21.80. She's got about 5 metres to go to beat that. It's going to be close behind her there. But Amelia does touch first in a time of 1:18.59. In second place was Chloe Jones, 1:19.02. And in third was Isla Pulvertaft, 1:19.77. The result looks like it's confirmed, so we'll shortly move on to our next heat, which will be Heat 3.
In lane 1 we have Harriet Island from Satellite. Lane 2, LTK, Leyland Barracudas. Lane 3, Oliver Koska from City Liverpool. Lane 4, Bethany Macwenberry from Preston. Lane 5, Jessica Barnett from Winsford. Lane 6, Brooklyn Hale from Cockermouth. Lane 7, Chuck Q Keanu Hugh from City Liverpool. And in lane 8, Isla Moss Satellite. That's down there. Lane 4, it's Bethany. Just taking the touch. The halfway mark. Got about 40 metres to go. Come down in the second leg. Got about 15 metres left. Just coming under the flags is going to be lane 4. Getting challenged there by 5 and 2. But it is, it's lane 4, it's Bethany. Followed by Jessica and Elsie. Time 1:18.08, 1:18.86 and 1:18.98 for the top 3. Just wait for those results to get confirmed, which looks like they have been. And we're moving on to heat number 4. In lane 1 we have Amelia Badanska from Preston. Lane 2, Amber Fortune, Wigan Best. Lane 3, Lottie Abbott Beck, Wirral Metro. Lane 4, Neve Baker from City of Chester. Lane 5, Yara Gazal from Lancaster. Lane 6, Amelia Mather, St Helens. Lane 7, Esme Moore, Bolton Metro. And in lane 8, Madison Davies from Wigan Best. Coming down to that first 50 leg. Is it lane 2 or is it 5? It is, it's lane 5. That's Yara from Lancaster. Looks like lane 1, Amelia Badanska from Preston's kicking the legs. She's trying to keep up with Amber Fortune from Wigan Best. Got about 25 metres to go and it looks like lanes 1, 2 and 5 to me. Is it going to be that Wigan Best swimmer or the Lancaster swimmer? Let's have a look coming into the flags. There's not much in it. I think it just a half a stroke ahead might be Wigan Best swimmer. It glides in. Yep. And lane 5, Yara Gazal from Lancaster, 1:16.24. Then Amber Fortune from Wigan Best, 1:16.40. And then Amelia Badanska from Preston, 1:17.30. Wait for those results to get confirmed, which they have been, and we're moving on to heat number 5.
Heat 5 in lane 1, it's Lily Royal from Satellite. Lane 2 is Holly Baker of Bury and Elton. Lane 3 is Rosie Ellison of Knutsford. Lane 4, Kira Johnson of Wigan Best. Lane 5 is Megan Hacking of Clitheroe. Lane 6, Imogen McAllister of Workington. Lane 7 is Poppy Johnston of Wigan Best. And in lane 8 is Imogen Clarkson of Clitheroe. The big news here after yesterday, everyone being on tenter hooks until the parking ticket was claimed. We can now reveal that the race suit has been also claimed. So you can all relax and enjoy the swimming. just about to turn at the end of this first 50. And it's Holly Baker over in lane 2 turn first, closely followed by Megan Hacking. A few swimmers across the pool levelling up now. Lane 8 down below me here, looks like they've got a good turn and breakout and is going well. From my angle, perhaps lane 2 and lane 8. That's Holly and Imogen leading the way. Just have a look as they come past that 15-metre mark. I think it's just Holly Baker in lane 2 leading things, but Imogen Clarkson pushing her hard, and in lane 3 it's Rosie Ellison swimming nicely as well. And Holly Baker at entry time of 1:15.52 touches first. Oh, it's Imogen Clarkson touches first, 1:14.11. Second was Holly Baker, 1:14.18. And third was Rosie Ellison, 1:15.44. So it looks like the results are confirmed. We'll move on to Heat 6. In Heat 6, Lane 1 is Elora Dawson of Prescott. Lane 2, Veronica Ravorska of Manchester. Lane 3, Isla Liptrot from Liverpool. Lane 4, Phoebe Carroll of Trafford Metro. In Lane 5, it's Ellie Woodcock of Cockermouth. Lane 6, Annabelle Irvin of Liverpool. In Lane 7, it's Eliza Ferris of Trafford Metro. And in Lane 8, it's Isabella Grimbleston of Leyland Barracudas. Again, not much to choose between the swimmers as they come down towards the turn. Perhaps Phoebe in Lane 4 going to turn first. But lanes 6, 7 and 8 pretty close behind. I think it is lane 4, Phoebe, that turns first, but Annabelle Irvin close behind, as was Elora Dawson in lane 1. Probably the closest of our heats so far as we look right across the pool. So a tough one to call as they come down. Just trying to see who might be edging in front there. Perhaps lane 7 now, Eliza Ferris coming with a strong second 50. 25 to go, and I think it is Eliza leading the way now just from Isabella next to her in lane 8. But inside her in lane 6, 5, 4, 3 swimmers really putting a charge into the finish. So let's have a look as they come under the flags. It looks like Eliza Ferris here who might just touch first. And it is Eliza Ferris who touches first, 1:13.54. Second was Isabella Grimbleston, 1:14.22. And in third place was Isla Liptrot, 1:14.39. Results look to be confirmed. So we shall move on to Heat 7.
In lane 1 we have Isabella Bonfield from City of Salford. Lane 2, Megan Templeton, City of Liverpool. Lane 3, Hannah Burns, Altrincham. Lane 4, Daisy Darcy, City of Liverpool. Lane 5, Bethan James, Wirral Metro. Lane 6, Carolyn Bennett, Clitheroe. Lane 7, Georgia Orcock from Bebington. And in lane 8, Ellen Jones from Wigan Best. Nearly at the halfway mark already. These young ladies going quick. Looks like lane 4. And it is. It's Daisy Darcy from City of Liverpool. From Isabella Bonfield, City of Salford. We're in a fair few old scraps between City of Salford and Liverpool in this competition this weekend. Looks like lane 3. That's Hannah Burns from Altrincham. She's kicking her legs hard. She's challenging Daisy Darcy. 15 metres to go. It looks like the City of Liverpool swimmer in lane 4, Daisy Darcy. Possibly Altrincham. Lane 3, that's Hannah Burns. And then the second City of Liverpool swimmer is Daisy Darcy, 1:13.39. Then Hannah Burns, 1:13.97. And Megan Templeton, 1:14.29. Looks like those results are confirmed, and we're moving on to heat number 8. In lane 1 we have Ava Halliwell from Wirral Metro. Lane 2, Autumn Claxton from City of Salford. Lane 3, Viana Siffy from Stockport Metro. In lane 4, Iris Hurst from Warriors of Warrington. Lane 5, Anya Foxwell, Wigan Best. Lane 6, Sophia Hewlett from Bebington. Lane 7, we have Sophia Sugden from Carlisle Aquatics. And in lane 8, Olivia Wilson from City of Salford. Getting molested from behind from one of the City Liverpool parents, who's on his way out. And just on that halfway mark there, it's pretty much even steam between lanes 4 and 5. That's Iris Hurst from from Warriors of Warrington, followed by Anya Foxwell from Wigan Best. Lane 2 as well, that's Autumn Claxton from City of Salford. We were talking about blue and red hats earlier, but certainly a couple of yellow hats there. And it looks like the Worth for Warriors. Coming onto the flags, that's Iris Hurst. She's had a really good championship. A couple of metres to go, and she's going to touch time of 109.79. Then Autumn Claxton 110.98, and Anya Foxwell from Wigan Best 111.67. Those results have been confirmed. I'll be moving on to heat number 9.
Heat 9 in lane 1, it's Ava Grimshaw of Great Harwood. Lane 2 is Lily Rose Ullman of Stockport Metro. Lane 3, Isabel Carter of Prescott. Lane 4, Emily Hall of Warrington. Lane 5, Carey Sullivan of Manchester. Lane 6, Isabella Fowles of Penrith. Lane 7, Charlie Peel of Ramsbottom. And in lane 8, it's Chloe Cowsill of Ulverston. These last few heats are spearheaded, so in our middle 2 lanes of each of these last heats, we've got our fastest qualifiers. They're not all together, so expect to see those middle 2 lanes perhaps stretch out a little bit. Looks like just lane 4, that's Emily Hall who's going to turn first, closely followed by Isabella Fowles and Carey Sullivan. All of the swimmers left in both this heat and the last heat in the 14 years age category, so properly battling for final places between them there. It looks like Emily Hall in lane 4, just stretching that lead a little bit. Emily comes past the red markers there that signifies 25 metres to go. Perhaps Carey Sullivan in lane 5, now in second place, with Isabella Fowles in 6, not far behind either, but a strong swim this from Emily Hall. And leading as they come under the flags is Emily Hall of Warrington Warriors, her entry time of 1:07.20. She's just behind that, she finishes in 1:10.02. Carey Sullivan 1:11.99 and Isabella Fowles in 1:12.87. We'll wait for those results to come in. Looks like they're in, so we'll move on to our final heat. That'll be heat 10. So we're off in the final heat. It's heat 10. In lane 1 we have Freya Pilbury of Alsager. In lane 2 it's Annabelle Chan of Winsford. Lane 3 Megan Ormison of Stockport Metro. Lane 4 Kate Schillinger of Winsford. Lane 5 Georgia Howard of Wigan Best. Lane 6 is Zoe Rogers of Trafford Metro. Lane 7 is Maisie Lloyd of Wigan Best. And lane 8 is Freya Querelle of Winsford. Again, our fastest qualifiers in the middle here. Our fastest qualifier is Kate Schillinger. entry time of 106.40, comfortably quicker than the other swimmers, and it is her that turns first. That first 50, 32.31. Turning second there was Georgia Howard, and turning third was Megan Ormiston as they come back down in this second 50 of this event. Let's see who's got the kick to head for home. Kate Schillinger still looking strong there in lane 4. Pretty close behind her, but it looks like it's Georgia Howard in 5, but we've got Megan in lane 3. We've got Zoe Rogers in 6, and also Maisie Lloyd in lane 7 kicking hard. So let's see how these places sort themselves out, as it looks like it will be Kate Schilling who's going to finish comfortably first. As I said, her entry time of 106. She's possibly going to be just outside that, but she does touch in 107.46. Second place there was Georgia Howard, 110.53, and third was Megan Ormiston, 111.75. That concludes that event, so shortly we're moving on to our next event.
Looks like the results are confirmed. As we said, we're moving on to the next event. Will be event 654, the open male 14 and under 200 metres freestyle. We've got 7 heats. Here in lane 3 we have William Stamper from City Liverpool. Lane 4, Logan Evans, Blackpool Aquatics. And in lane 5, Sebastian Bowen from Preston.
Just as we start off this event, we've got another birthday announcement. We've got Zach Flitton from Workington. All his friends, coaches at Workington wish him a happy birthday. He's going to be 14 on Tuesday, so he gets the joy of going back to school on Tuesday after a long bank holiday weekend on his 14th birthday. And he's also got, I believe, the 400 IM to look forward to as he builds up to his birthday as well. What a treat. So happy birthday, Zach Flitton, from everyone at Workington and also from all of us here as well.
And just at the halfway mark, it looks like William Stamper from City Liverpool has taken the provisional lead, turning a time of 1:13. And it's Sebastian, then Logan in that order. .75 metres to go, and it looks like Sebastian starting to kick his legs a bit, trying to make a bit of an inroad on the City Liverpool swimmer of William Stamper. And Logan Evans isn't giving up. There's going to be could well be a little bit of a photo finish between lanes 4 and 5. Let's have a quick look at the timing. It is City Liverpool William Stamper. And there's only quarter of a second between Logan and Sebastian. 50 metres to go. From my position here, looks like Logan Evans from Blackpool Aquatics has just slightly got his nose ahead of Sebastian from Preston. But with 20 metres to go, City Liverpool swimmer William Stamper, he's led from the start. He had an entry time of 2:38.15. He's going to beat that. Touch there, William Stamper. And I think it is going to be Blackpool Aquatics. It is Logan Evans, 2:34.77, followed closely by Sebastian Bowen, 2:35.31. Those results have been confirmed. I'll be moving on to Heat 2. In lane 1, we had Daniel Lesty from City of Salford. In 2, we have Andrew Wu, Trafford Metro. In 3, Oscar Madrill from Isle of Man. Lane 4, Leo Craven, Warriors of Warrington. Lane 5, Samuel Higginbottom from Lancaster. Lane 6, Oscar O'Connell from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 7, Luca White from Altrincham. And in lane 8, Alistair Buise from Carlisle Aquatics. 50 metres, looks like potentially lane 6. I was right, Oscar O'Connell. 33.25. £125 metres to go, and it still looks like lane 6. That's Oscar O'Connell from Blackpool. A lot of cheering from, I think it's Luca White from his team and Altrincham. But halfway mark it is, it's lane 6. Then 5 and 3. Samuel Higginbottom and Oscar Madrill from Isle of Man. We've also got the Warrington Warriors swimmer, Leo Craven, in the mix there. In fact, it looks like Leo might be pushing for a third place finish there. He's got slightly ahead of lane 5, Samuel Higginbottom. But it has, with just coming up to the final turn, it does look like lane 6. Oscar O'Connell has led pretty much from start to finish, as he's still got the legs to the last 50 metres. He's got 2.5 seconds from Oscar Madrill, and then it's Leo Craven, Warriors of Warrington. $15 metres to go, Blackpool Aquatics. Oscar O'Connell coming onto the flags, but over there in lane 3 and 4, it's a good scrap between Oscar and Leo. And Oscar's got the touch, followed by Leo Craven from Warriors of Warrington. Only 0.15 behind. Good close heat, that one. Just wait for the results to get confirmed. And then we'll be moving on to heat number 3. Results are confirmed.
Heat 3. In lane 1, it's Thomas Ball of Liverpool. In lane 2, it's Sergio Morginella of Carlisle. In lane 3, it's Harrison Burgess of Ramsbottom. Lane 4, Jasper Gibson-Bird of Fleetwood. Lane 5, Albion Debruschi of Liverpool. Lane 6, Ethan Craven of Warrington. Lane 7, William Thorley of Aquabears. And lane 8 is Alex Murray of Warrington. We have some finalists to announce in our last event. That's the 100 metres backstroke for our ladies. First of all, in the 11-12 years age group, our finalists are Holly Relf of Penrith, Neve Baker from Chester, Amelia Bogdanska of Preston, Isla Liptrot of Liverpool, Amber Fortune of Wigan Best, Bethany McQuembere of Preston, Poppy Johnson of Wigan Best, Amelia Ashwell of Barrow. Our reserve swimmers for that final are Jessica Barnett of Winsford and Elsie Kay of Leyland Barracudas. Just looking like lane 4, Jasper Gibson-Bird leading the way as he comes down towards the halfway point. As he comes into turn, we'll announce some more finalists. So again, it's our 100 metre backstrokers, the ladies, and it's our 13 years age group. Our finalists are as follows: Ellie Woodcock of Cockermouth, Ava Halliwell of Wirral Metro, Eliza Ferris of Trafford Metro, Autumn Claxton from Salford, Daisy Darcy of Liverpool, Imogen Clarkson from Clitheroe, Viana Sefi of Stockport Metro, and Yara Gazal of Lancaster. Our reserve finalists, Georgia Alcock of Bebbington and Ellen Jones of Wigan Best. Let's see if I can get these last finalists in before this last length. The 14 years age group 100 metre backstroke finalists, we have Carey Sullivan of Manchester, Anya Foxwell of Wigan Best, Emily Hall of Warrington, Kate Schillinger of Winsford, Iris Hurst of Warrington, Georgia Howard of Wigan Best, Megan Ormiston of Stockport Metro, Maisie Lloyd of Wigan Best, and our reserve finalists are Isabella Fowles of Penrith and Isabel Carter of Prescott. As normal with finals, 15 minutes for any withdrawals, please.
Picking up on the swimming, looks like lane 4, Jasper Gibson Bird from Fleetwood. 25 metres to go, is getting chased down by lane 5. That's Albion DeBrushy from City of Liverpool, and also lanes 3 and 2. That's Harrison Burgess from Ramsbottom and Sergio Morganella from Carlisle Aquatics. In fact, City Liverpool swimmer Albion DeBrushy is really kicking hard to the finish, but it is going to be Jasper Gibson Bird from Fleetwood, 2:23.10. Then Albion DeBrushy, 2:25.11. And Harrison Burgess, 2:26.45.
Moving on to heat 4. Heat 4 in lane 1 is Samuel Wilson of Ramsbottom. In lane 2 we have Jacob Irving from Liverpool. Also from Liverpool in lane 3 is James Dixon. Ed Pearson of the Isle of Man is in lane 4. Lane 4 it's Dylan Mayers of Aquabears. In lane 6 is Oliver Glaister of Workington. Lane 7 is Jacob Baker of Aquabears. And in lane 8 it's Archie Honey of Blackpool. Please could we have some of all of our swimmers, please, for the next event 655. That's the girls 200 metres butterfly to marshalling, please. So swimmers for the next event 655, the 200 fly for girls to marshalling, please. And as I turn my eyes back to the swimming, it looks like another close one. 4 and 5, pretty much level there. That's Ed Pearson and Dylan Mayers as they come down with 25 to go in this first 100. Lane 8 also going well. That's Archie Honey of Blackpool Aquatics, and it may be, as he comes down below me here, that it's Archie that takes the lead. But if we look across the pool between lanes 1 and 5 and then back down to lane 8, there's not much at all to choose. Perhaps in lane 4, Ed Pearson just kicking hard as he comes into his turn, and it is Ed Pearson who turns first in 107, closely followed by Dylan Myers and then James Dixon. So the lead and the place is chopping and changing in this heat as they start working hard in their second 100. Wouldn't like to call this one at this stage. Possibly Ed Pearson from the Isle of Man. And hello to anyone watching in the Isle of Man, as we said yesterday. Really nice to hear that some of those that are a little bit further away are able to watch and have to sort of put up with listening to us as well. So hello to you guys there. And it is our Isle of Man swimmer, Ed Pearson, who I think is going to turn first. With 50 to go. In second was Samuel Wilson. Third, Jacob Irving. So again, those places behind Ed, chopping and changing as we go throughout this heat. So let's see, 25 or so to go. It looks like Ed Pearson as he goes past that red marker. Willing that finish to come, but he's reaching out and he's finding a bit more speed. Let's have a look who's going to finish second and third behind them. Lane 2, Jacob, and lane 3, James, stroke for stroke. Lane 1, Samuel Wilson, who we've not really mentioned much, coming back into this as well, but it looks like it will just be Ed Pearson who touches first, 2:18.80. In second place was Jacob Irving, and in third was James Dixon. Really good heat there. We'll just wait for that result to be confirmed, which it looks like it has, so we can move on to heat number 5.
In lane 1 we have Archie McLaren from Aquabears. Lane 2, Joseph Standard, Stockport Metro. Lane 3, Freddie Sutton from Copeland. Lane 4, Jan Nazarich from Warriors Warrington. Lane 5, Ben Saxby from Ramsbottom. Lane 6, Gabriel Barnett I should say, from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 7, James Graham from City of Liverpool. And in lane 8, Jacob Thistlewood from Stockport Metro. Turning there first, there's Jan from Warriors Warrington in lane 4. Pretty tight in lanes 3 and 5. He's bracketed either side by Copeland and Ramsbottom. Also going well, lane 6. Gabriel Barnett from Blackpool Aquatics. Coming into the halfway mark, it does look like the Warriors of Warrington swimmer, Jan Nazarich. Turning a time of 1:02.54. He's starting to increase his pace now and increase his lead. Well, they are seeded these, so it should be a bit of an hour ahead. We should go to get lanes 4, 3, 5, kind of in the leading positions, but lane 6 is, he wants a bit of the action as well. He's making a play there for second or third. Into the final turn, it is Jan. 1:36.48. As the Warriors swimmer got enough energy left in his legs to kick home to the finish. Looks like he might have to stave off a bit of a late challenge from Freddie Sutton from Copeland, who's really starting to reel that lead in. Looks like lanes 4 then 3. It's going to be tight between lanes 5 and 6. I think it is going to be the Blackpool Aquatics swimmer going to take that final third position. But coming into there for the final couple of metres, it is Jan Nazarich from Warriors Warrington, 2:11.54. Freddie Sutton, 2:13.47. And Gabriel Barnett from Blackpool, 2:15.81. We'll just wait for those results just to get confirmed. And they have been. And then we're moving on to Heat 6. In lane 2, we have Harry Jones from Winsford. Lane 3, Bailey Nixon, City of Liverpool. Lane 4, Kane Ashton from City of Manchester. Lane 5, Cormac Whiteley from Ramsbottom. Lane 6, Cole Hood, Wigan Best. Lane 7, Ben Stevenson from Garston. And in lane 8, Benji Sutcliffe, Ramsbottom. I think we're going to be in for a tight one here. 4, 5 and 7 coming up to the halfway mark. That's Ben, Kane and Cormac. Who's going to get the touch? I think it's the City of Manchester swimmer. And it is. It's Kane Ashton from Cormac Whiteley and Ben Stevenson. Looks like on the far side, lanes 2 and 3 starting to kick the legs a bit. That's Harry Jones and Bailey Nixon. But I don't think they're going to catch lanes 3 and 4. Sorry, 4 and 5, I should say. That's Kane and Cormac. City Manchester and Ramsbottom. Final turn. Cormac Whiteley, Ramsbottom, 1:37.85. Just slightly ahead of Kane Ashton from City of Manchester. Ramsbottom have been breeding some fast sprinters in late years. So what's coming in under the flags, they're racing to the finish, giving it all they've got, but it looks like it's the Ramsbottom swimmer of Cormac, and it's finishing a time of 2:10.03. Kane Ashton 2:10.62 and Harry Jones from Winsford 2:14.96.
Heat 7. So with this final heat of the 200 metres freestyle, we have in lane 1 Carter Neal from the Isle of Man. Lane 2 is Mason Grady of Stockport Metro. Lane 3 Thomas Rickles from Altrincham. Lane 4 Leo Tolbert of Bolton Metro. Lane 5 Daniel Barton of Wigan Best. Lane 6 Samuel Lee from Trafford Metro. Lane 7 Dylan Gregory from the City of Liverpool. And Lane 8 Jasper de Glopper. I'm sure it's not just us commentating that see some similar names popping up in these later heats. One of those is in lane 4, that's Leo Tolbert, who's had some really good swims over the last week or two. His entry time is significantly quicker than anybody else's, entering at a 2:02.24, and he's already got a good lead as he's just covered 75 metres. So, fully expect Leo to stretch that lead out. But it looks like the race could be on for those places behind him in that heat. Again, across lanes 2, 3, 5 and 6. Not much to choose between Mason, Thomas, Daniel and Samuel. But it is Leo who turns first. 58.96 in the first 100 of a 200 free. Pretty good go in that. Second was Thomas Rickles and third was Daniel Burton. But not much to choose still between several swimmers who are a good few metres down from Leo Tolbert now. But as we said, probably to be expected. So will Leo be going out for a fast time now? Will he be saving something for the final? Perhaps looking to record a fast time here, it looks like, as he turns on 1:30.24. Remember that entry time of 2:02.24. Let's see who's going to turn second. Looks like Mr. Mason Grady might have had a good 50 there. And it is him who turns second, slightly ahead of Daniel Barton. So Leo Tolbert kicking for home with around about 20 metres to go. As I said, 2:02.24 was that entry time. He's going to be fairly close to that. Maybe, I'm going to say easy enough. That's harsh really to say easy enough as he powers in towards a finish. And he does finish in a time of 2 minutes, 0.84 seconds. Cracking swim again from Leo Tolbert. Finishing strongly here, Mason Grady of Stockport Metro coming with a burst as he comes in towards the finish. And Mason touches in a time of 2:13.80, and in third was Daniel Barton, 2:15.29. That concludes our 200 metres freestyle heats. We will shortly be moving on to event 655. It's our female 14 years and under 200 metres butterfly. In this event there are 5 heats, and very obviously coming up first will be heat number 1. So the first heat of this gruelling event is underway, and in lane 3 it's Rosie Byrne from Ramsbottom, lane 4 Maya Kawa of Warrington, and in lane 5 is Esme Moore from Bolton. Remember watching these last week for the boys, last Sunday afternoon, thinking how tough it looks, and then working out that these guys are fighting for the pleasure of doing it all over again in not too distant future as well. As we come down towards the end of the first 50, it looks like Rosie Byrne in lane 3, who's perhaps just leading the way, but lane 5, Esme, right with her, and it is those two who turn first. Maya Kawa not too far behind. Really tough event, this one, especially because some of the swimmers will tell you it's quite hard to sort of ease off your pace or kick in because you want to keep that rhythm going in this stroke. So maintaining that technique is really important through this. Temptation to ease off or speed up could mean the technique goes, so let's see who can perhaps hold that technique the best as they go through this tough event. Rosie Byrne in 3 is looking good. But again, I'm sure in their heads now they were probably wishing this was a 100-metre event, but they've got to turn and do it all again now. Rosie does turn, big breath from both of those two as they turn. No surprises there, and Maya Kawa behind them there. Another of those events that not all our swimmers will put themselves forward for at all. So getting on the block for a 200 fly, especially at a regional event like this, is really impressive stuff. Worth remembering that for all of the swimmers here, it's a really good achievement to reach this regional championships. The best swimmers in the Northwest are in front of us all weekend, this weekend, last weekend and the one before, so a real treat for us to watch and commentate on that. It's still perhaps just Rosie Byrne, but is Esme Moore in lane 5? She seems to have found something as she comes down towards this last 50. One of those events where perhaps you just want to get it now over and done with as quickly as possible, so the adrenaline kicks in as we head for home. All three of these girls swimming really, really well. We've got Rosie, who's in the 11 years age category, and Maya and Esme are both in the 12 years age group. Entry time here for Rosie Byrne of 3:07:30. For Esme Moore of 3:03:20 and Maya of 3:01:70. So let's have a look if these two can get under that 3-minute mark. It's going to be tight, but they might just make it. And touching first was Esme Moore, 2:58.48. Second was Rosie Byrne, 2:58.89. And in third was Maya Kawa, 3:02.33. Looks like those results are in pretty quickly, so we can move on to heat number 2.
In lane 1, we have Nima Corrigan from Southport. Lane 2, Lottie Beck, Wirral Metro. Lane 3, Eleanor Fothergill from Flixton. Lane 4, Emily Yang from City of Manchester. Lane 5, Imogen Wright, Altrincham. Lane 6, Hattie Lawson, Winsford. Lane 7, Sophie Parry from Wirral Metro. And in lane 8, Evie Webster, Trafford Metro.
Let's announce some finalists as we go through from the last event, the male 200 metres freestyle. Our 11 and 12 years age group. Our finalists are William Thorley of Aquabears, Sergio Morganella of Carlisle Aquatics, Harrison Burgess of Ramsbottom, Jake Thistlewood of Stockport Metro, Albion De Bruchy of Liverpool, Oscar O'Connell from Blackpool, Oscar Madrell from the Isle of Man, and Ethan Craven from Warrington. Reserve finalists there are Leo Craven from Warrington and Thomas Ball from Liverpool. In the 13 years age group, in the 200 free final, we have Jacob Irving of Liverpool, Ed Pearson, Isle of Man, Ben Stevenson of Garston, Gabriel Barnett of Blackpool, Thomas Rickles of Altrincham, Carter Neal from the Isle of Man, Benji Sutcliffe of Ramsbottom, and James Graham of Liverpool. Our reserve finalists there are James Dixon of Liverpool and his teammate, also of Liverpool, Dylan Gregory. And in our 14 years age group, our finalists are Harry Jones of Winsford, Freddie Sutton of Copeland, Kane Ashton from Manchester, Leo Talbot of Bolton Metro, Cormac Whiteley of Ramsbottom, Jan Nazare of Warrington, Mason Grady of Stockport Metro, and Daniel Barton of Wigan Best. And our reserve finalists there, Samuel Lee of Trafford Metro and Ben Saxby of Ramsbottom. As usual, 15 minutes for any withdrawals from those finals. Thank you.
Just picking up the final turn on this heat. Looks like potentially lane 2. That's Lottie, Wirral Metro. And it is Lottie, just slightly ahead of Hattie Lawson from Winsford. Neem Corrigan from Southport. Looks like Lottie's getting a lot of encouragement from her coach, swimming right underneath his watchful gaze. Here, lane 6 is going to be a strong finish there from Hattie Lawson from Winsford. Just coming into the flags. Is it Southport, Winsford, or Wirral Metro? I think it might be Southport. And it is Southport. Neem Corrigan from Southport, 2:47.92. Hattie Lawson from Winsford, 2:48.39. And Lottie Beck from Wirral Metro, 2:48.78. Wait for those swimmers just to clear the pool, and the results have been confirmed. Unfortunately, there's disqualification to announce in that heat in lane 8. Was disqualified for a technical infraction. Get ready for heat 3. In lane 1, we have Camilla Holland from Wigan Best. Lane 2, Pollyanna Kershaw, Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 3, Alana Donlan from Warriors of Warrington. Lane 4, Vivian Wilkinson, Wirral Metro. Lane 5, Autumn Claxton from City of Salford. Lane 6, Bethan James from Wirral Metro. And joined by a teammate in Lane 7, Ava Lewis, also from Wirral Metro. Really not much there. Lane 5, Autumn. Slightly ahead of lanes 4 and then 3. Certainly going back to some of the other events I've seen these swimmers do. Could be in for a good finish here. Certainly seen the name Vivian Wilkinson, Alana Donlan and Autumn Claxton mentioned an awful lot up here in the commentary desk. These 3 swimmers. Just a bit of colour variety. Here we've got 2 yellow hats and a black hat. My fellow commentators telling me that the Wolfpack are changing from black and white to blue and white. That might explain his displeasure with the colour red here in Manchester, but we'll leave him to it. 75 metres to go. Really not much difference between these 3 swimmers. They've pulled a good lead out in the rest of the field. Hard bit here on 200 flies, digging deep, keeping that stroke going, keeping the stroke rate. Very difficult stroke to do if you don't have the technique. It really burns across your upper arms. Really gets your heart and lungs working. A slight change in the positions there. We have Vivian Wilkinson from Wirral, closely followed by Alana Donlan, who's only got Autumn Claxton right behind her. Looks like they're in for a sprint finish. You see that line of red floats. That's your 25-metre mark. I would say it's the Wirral Metro swimmer of Vivian Wilkinson is just half a stroke ahead of Alana Donlan from Warriors of Warrington. And half a stroke behind her, you got Autumn Claxton from City of Salford. They are trying as hard as they can for that finish, but I think, oh God, it was, do you know what my colleague called that? Alana Donlan for Warriors of Warrington, 2:31.22, and only 0.12 of a second behind Vivian Wilkinson for Wirral Metro, 2:31.35, and Autumn Claxton, 2:32.80. Some great swimming there from those 3. Looks like those results are confirmed. Moving on to Heat 4.
So in Heat 4, in Lane 1, we've got Jessica Goldsmith of Winsford. Lane 2, Olivia Knox of Wigan Best. In Lane 3, it's Carey Sullivan of Manchester. Lane 4, Iris Hurst from Warrington. Lane 5, Annabelle Chan of Winsford. Lane 6, Lauren Berry of Wirral Metro. Lane 7, Pink Lily Tarek of Warrington. And in Lane 8, it's Emily Rowe of Salford. And once more, as we come to the business end of these heats, we're seeing some of those familiar names pop up again, and no surprise that it'll be Iris Hurst that touches and turns first in Lane 4, closely followed by Carey Sullivan and Lauren Berry. Spearheaded heats again, so fastest swimmers in those centre lanes. Iris is second fastest in qualifying, it looks like to me, with an entry time of 2:29.25. So she's leading the way. But swimmers either side of her in Carey Sullivan, Annabelle Chan, and also Lauren Berry going well. Over in lane 2 there, a decent start from Olivia Knox as well. Perhaps looks like Lauren Berry of Wirral Metro has had a bit of a charge at the end of this first 100, and it is going to be Lauren Berry who touches first, closely followed by Iris Hurst and Annabelle Chan in those middle lanes. But we certainly saw Lauren put her foot down on that second 50 there. Wonder if Iris had just noticed that and she might start responding to that down this third 50. Again, we talk about the technique in this event. These, as they go back down away from me here, you can see that, particularly those first 2 swimmers there, the technique as those arms come quickly over the water, reaching out into the next stroke, looking really good. And Iris, I think, has responded, and it will be her, I think, that turns first with 50 metres to go. So Iris Hurst touches first in a time of 1:51.69. Then it is Lauren Berry, 1:52.69. And touching third is Annabelle Chan in 1:56.63. Reminder of those entry times. Iris 2:29.25. Lauren Berry entered on a 2:37.30. So Lauren as well is up for the race here. Again, don't forget, these girls are battling out for those final places. I'm pretty sure these 2 will make it. So they've got to do this all over again. They're not too distant future, but a brilliant finish to the race here is Iris Hurst. Both of them looking great in their butterfly technique as they come with 5 metres to go. Really good swimming this is. It looks like it may be just Iris getting her head down as she comes to the finish. Will it be Iris that touches first? It is Iris Hurst in 2:31.42 who finishes first. Lauren Berry close behind, 2:31.75 with what looks like a big PB. And Olivia Knox came through to finish third there, 2:38.32. Really good heat there. As the last swimmers come in, we'll await for the results to be confirmed, which I think they have been. We're going to move on shortly to the final heat of this event. It's going to be heat number 5. Okay, we're underway in this 5th and final heat of the 200 metres butterfly. Lane 1, Ellie Jackson of Wirral Metro. Lane 2, Harper Aspinall of Wirral Metro. Lane 3, also of Wirral Metro, it's Hermione Coakley-Hines. Lane 4, Martha Sumnall of Liverpool. Lane 5, Emily Hall of Warrington. Lane 6, Ellie Schofield of Aqua Bears. Lane 7, Elizabeth Adam of Leyland Barracudas. And in Lane 8, it's Lily Hanrahan of Salford. Our fastest qualifier going into this event is Martha Sumnall in lane 4. She turns first, closely followed by Ellie Schofield. Again, a spearheaded heat with the entry times of our swimmers in the centre considerably faster than those towards the outside. Just been given a very good technical term there. I'm going to have to look up, to be honest. Apparently the term is cyclically seeded, not spearheaded. The idea with that is that we effectively don't get what is a final in the last heat. So cyclically seeded, that's quite hard to say that, so thank you for just sharing that with me, but I think I got through it. And it is Martha Sumnall, I think, still leading the way. Martha, her entry time, 2:27.94. So she's going well. We can see behind her, looks like Ellie Schofield. But Emily Hall, who we've seen in the last couple of weeks, finish races strongly. So don't be surprised to see Emily Hall tag along there with Martha Sumnall. But Martha looking really good, our City Liverpool swimmer. Again, great view from here of those swimmers going down to the far end, getting those arms working quickly. I'm sure the shoulders are burning. But as Martha touches, she turns 1:50.61. Emily Hall and Ellie Schofield pretty much turning at the same time behind her. So in this last heat of this event, just a reminder, we should have swimmers for our final event. That's the 400 IM for boys in marshalling now, if they're not already there. So any swimmers to marshalling for our last heat. We've got Martha Sumnall working hard, but we talked about Emily Hall finishing strongly, and she's certainly doing that. Ellie Schofield in lane 6 swimming a great race here as well. Martha's entry time of 2:27.94. She's going to be probably just outside that as she comes into touch, but it is Martha Summerall who touches first, 2:29.43. In second place, Emily Hall, 2:32.16. And finishing third in that heat was Ellie Schofield in 2:34.67. Some fantastic swimming in those cyclically seeded heats at the end of that event. We'll wait for the results to come in shortly, and then we're ready to move on to our final event before finals. I think the results are in. Ready to move on to our next event.
There we go. Okay, in lane 3 we have Casey Costain, Wirral Metro. Lane 4, Samuel Higginbottom from Lancaster. Lane 5, Farron Bigrig from Cockermouth. And in lane 6, Leo Craven, Warriors Warrington. This race is one of the tougher events to do. Not only you've got to be pretty strong on all 4 strokes, you just got to do quarter of a mile of it. Starting off with the butterfly. These 3 in lanes 3, 4 and 5. Pretty even Stevens. There's only a half a body length really between the 3 of them. Just got Wirral Metro swimmer, Casey from Samuel, and then Farron going on to the backstroke leg. And we've got Leo Craven just coming onto the flags there in lane 6. And we said it this morning and yesterday with the ladies when they were doing their IM. Backstroke and breaststroke usually is the telling strokes on this one. These are the ones where they can really make a bit of a difference. And already over there in lane 3, Casey Costain from Wirral Metro. He was slightly ahead at the end of the butterfly, but he's extended his lead from Samuel and Farron. Got about 40 metres to go on the backstroke. Does look like the Lancaster swimmer, the Cockermouth swimmer, they're not letting him off lightly, kicking the legs and staying with him. Coming up to the flags, and it is still going to be Casey Costain for Wirral Metro at the halfway mark. Is he going to still stay the same on breaststroke? There you go, lane 4. Samuel, followed by Farron. And we've got Leo just coming down on his backstroke now. Let's have a look at these breaststrokers. We've got 3 contrasting styles there. All on a slight diagonal line. But it still looks like Casey Costain. If anything, I think Samuel Higginbottom has caught him up. And in fairness, so is Farron Bigrig. So it looks like these 2 gentlemen are going to have a strong breaststroke leg. Both of them are eating into Casey Costain's lead. And I think by the time they get to the touchdown there, I think Samuel Higginbottom will be the new provisional leader of the race. Which he is. Turning a time of 3:41.41. Then Farron Bigrig and Casey Costain. Come to the red marker, 25 metres to go. Change in race positions here. We've definitely got Samuel Higginbottom from Lancaster getting chased by Farron Bigrig from Cockermouth. And then Casey Costain. .100 metres to go. Against that final turn as the Lancaster swimmer of Samuel Higginbottom, 3:33.16. And less than a second behind, he's got Farron Bigrig. Now he's got the sprint legs and the freestyle. Well, looking over there at the Wirral Metro swimmer, Casey Costain, who was the early winner, early leader on the butterfly and backstroke legs. He's certainly kicking his legs hard. He's trying his best to catch those two swimmers down. But looking at Samuel and Farron, I might say Farron Bigrig has got the slightly faster freestyle. Yep, he's touching ahead. 50 metres to go. Could be into a 50-metre sprint finish. And it looks like our kind of Cumbrian friends and Northern Lancashire friends come down the M6 today. And it's going to be Farron Bigrig. 10 metres to go. Gets lots and lots of cheering from his colleagues there by the look of it. And Farron's touching 5:48.81, followed by Samuel Higginbottom. 5:53.56. And then the Wirral Metro swimmer Casey Costain. 5:58.84. We've got Leo Craven just coming under the flags there, just finishing off his 400 IM. Yeah, tough race. The results are confirmed, and we're moving on to Heat 2.
Swin heat number 2, in lane 1, it's Samuel Lutus of Prescott. Lane 2, Ethan Bent of Stockport Metro. Lane 3, Harry Jones of Winsford. Lane 4, Luke Goddard of Copeland. Lane 5, it's the birthday boy on Tuesday, that's Zach Flitton of Workington. Lane 6, Lee Scholes of Salford. Lane 7, William Birchall of Satellite. And in lane 8, it's Alex Murray of Warrington.
Got some finalists to announce for event 663. Which is the female 14 years and under 200 metres butterfly. 11, 12-year-old bracket. We have Rosie Byrne from Ramsbottom, Hattie Lawson from Winsford, Harper Aspinall from Wirral, Neem Corrigan from Southport, Esme Moore from Bolton Metro, and Maya Cower from Warriors of Warrington. Finalists for event 664. It's the 13 years, 200 metres butterfly final for ladies. We have Camilla Holland from Wigan Best, Ellie Jackson from Wirral Metro, Autumn Claxton from City of Salford, Alana Donnellan from Warriors of Warrington, Vivian Wilkinson, Wirral Metro, Olivia Knox from Wigan Best, Pink Lily Tarrant from Warriors of Warrington, and Emily Rowe from City of Salford. Reserve finalist is Lottie Abbott Beck from Wirral Metro and Ava Lewis, also from Wirral Metro. And finally, finalist for the 14 years of age, 200 metres butterfly, we have Annabelle Chan from Winsford, Ellie Schofield from Aquabears, Lauren Berry from Wirral Metro, Martha Sumnall from City of Liverpool, Iris Hurst from Warriors of Warrington, Emily Hall, Warriors of Warrington, Hermione Coakley-Hines from Wirral Metro, and Kerry Sullivan from City of Manchester. Reserve finalists are Elizabeth Adam from Leyland Barracudas and Jessica Goldsmith from Winsford. As usual, we have not long, 10-15 minutes to make any withdrawals from the finals.
Back to the swimming in the pool, and it is Zach Flitton of Workington in lane 5. who's got a fairly decent lead as he comes towards the latter stages of his backstroke leg here. Next to him in lane 6, it's Lee Scholes of Salford, who's doing pretty well as he comes down with 25 to go on this leg. And down in lane 8, looks like Alex Murray, who's running third at the moment. In fourth place, looks like William Birchall. The other 3 or 4 swimmers over on that far side, pretty much stroke for stroke. But it will be Zach Flitton. Let's have a look if we've got any breaststrokers in this next leg as Zach turns and heads into his breaststroke leg. 2:36.73 at the halfway stage of this race. Lee Scholes looks like he's going to turn next and does so. Turning third, as we said, is Alex Murray in lane 3 below me here for Warrington, who's turned third. Swimmers in this heat, we've got a 12-year-old, that's Alex Murray in lane 8. In the 13-year age category, we've got Samuel in lane 1, Luke in lane 4, and lane 7, that's William Birchall. The rest of the swimmers are in the 14 years age group. So we talked about we've got some breaststrokers there. It looks like Zach Flitton's not a bad breaststroker at all, possibly stretched his lead a bit. Still Lee Scholes in second, but perhaps the changes in places are coming behind these two. As you look across the pool, it's pretty much levelling out. Maybe William Birchall of Satellite swimming a strong breaststroke leg here too as he comes into contention for third place in this heat. Another really tough event, this one. Thankfully for these guys, no finals. So results will be decided on times throughout our heats. But Zach Flitton looks like he's going to be winning this heat unless something goes horribly wrong in this freestyle leg. Still Lee Scholes of Salford in second place. Pretty hard to pick who is in third at the moment. Perhaps lane 3, Harry Jones. Again, someone with a decent breaststroke leg coming through there. But not much to choose between lanes 3, 4, 7, 8 and lanes 1 and 2. But with 100 to go, it's still Zach Flitton with a strong lead. 4:17.71 as he starts kicking for home on this freestyle leg. He'll realise he's got quite a big lead as he goes past those next swimmers. Lee Scholes reaching out now in towards the wall, and he touches and turns, still in second place as he goes into his freestyle leg. And in third it is Harry Jones, who's come up into that spot after a decent breaststroke 100 metres there. But Zach Flitton, who's led this from start to finish, probably stretching his lead even more. He's probably got around about half a pool length as he's going to touch here. And it is Zach who turns first. 4:56.36 with just 50 metres of freestyle to go. Lee Scholes is still second, but it does look like the second half of the race here has been Harry Jones, who's really come from out of nowhere to look like he's going to turn comfortably in second. And it is Harry Jones who turns second. Lee Scholes still running third, so it might be a bit of a fight between these two as they come down the last 50. Turning in fourth place there, looks like it's Luke Goddard in lane 4. But Zach Flitton coming towards the finish, his entry time of 5:54.50. Looking very much like we're going to hit the wall well under that. Zach Flitton, 5:33.34, wins that heat comfortably. Harry Jones is going to come in and finish second. I think Harry's entry time was 5:55.40, and he's going to touch the wall in a good time as well. That's Harry Jones in 5:47.62, and Lee Scholes touches third in a time of 5:52.08. Close battle for fourth place. Luke Goddard gets that, and all of our swimmers coming in to finish this second heat of our 400 IM. We will just await for confirmation as we look up at the scoreboard. Just looks like there was a disqualification in that heat in lane 5. We'll move on to heat number 3.
In lane 1, we have Carter Neal from the Isle of Man. Lane 2, Joseph Todhunter, Copeland. Lane 3, William Kershaw, Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 4, Jasper de Glopper, Warriors of Warrington. Lane 5 has Sam McCusker from Altrincham. Lane 6, Gus Fraser from Winsford. Lane 7, Logan Byrne from Southport. And in lane 8, Leo Ashcroft from Wigan Best. Just on that fly leg, looks like lane 3. That's William Kershaw from Blackpool Aquatics. And I think second is going to be lane 6. That's Gus Fraser from Winsford. Well, let's not discount some of the other swimmers. Still a long way to go. They've still got 300 metres left. And 3 different strokes to do. Okay. Just coming out to the halfway point of the backstroke leg, it is still lane 3. William Kershaw. That looks like we're into a good scrap there in lanes 5 and 6. Sam McCusker from Altrincham and Gus Fraser from Winsford. That looks like a decent backstroke leg there from Jasper de Glopper. Oh, Warrior swimmer, he's catching up ever so slowly. And over there in lane 2, that's Joseph Todhunter from Copeland. They're still in contention at this stage. They say breaststroke can make a really big difference. And if you're in the head at the end of the breaststroke, it's unlikely you're going to get caught in the freestyle. Possible, but unlikely. So looking there, it is William Kershaw. I think it's going to be second there is Sam. And then Jasper de Glopper. Right, let's have a look at the breaststroke. Can any of these 4 swimmers in 2, 4, 5 and 6 catch William Kershaw from Blackpool Aquatics? Possibly there in lane 6. Gus Fraser from Winsford's got a strong breaststroke leg there. And so's Joseph Todhunter in Copeland in lane 2. Is he going to get that touch at the far end? I think it could be lane 6. And it is lane 6. So Gus Fraser's just coming up second. Got about 135 metres to go. And it is William Kershaw. He's getting caught up now, so ever so slightly. Certainly by lane 6, Gus Fraser from Winsford. And the other 3, that's Joseph, Jasper and Sam. They're not far behind either. Just coming under the flags. Blackpool Aquatics swimmer. He's got 2 body lengths ahead of Gus. Now, who's got the freestyle sprint legs on them? There's 3 or 4 clubs there, all got a chance of getting some decent times and medal positions. Look at the level of effort on the leg kick alone. I'd say the William Kershaw wants this win. He's kicking really hard. It's hard to tell from this angle, but possibly Jasper de Glopper will manage to get a little bit into that deficit he had from lane 6 from Gus Fraser. Let's have a look at the timing screen. He's now second. It is Jasper de Glopper, 5:01.57. 3/4 second behind. You got Gus Fraser from Winsford. So it looks like it's going to be Blackpool Warriors Altrincham at this kind of rate. Winsford, I should say, sorry, not Altrincham. My apologies. Get my Cheshire postcodes mixed up there. And coming under the flags, it is William Kershaw going to take that provisional touch. Good scrap here developing between Jasper de Glopper and the Winsford swimmer. Who's going to finish first? It is Jasper de Glopper. 5:37.64 and only 9/100 of a second behind Gus Fraser from Winsford. Really strong finish there from Gus. Maybe he hadn't cut his nails this morning. He might have just about got that one. Those results have been confirmed. Moving on to Heat 4.
So in heat number 4, in lane 1, it's James Graham of Liverpool. Lane 2 is Dylan Gregory, also of Liverpool. In lane 3, it's Jacob Standing of Stockport Metro. In lane 4, it's Bailey Nixon of Liverpool. Lane 5 is Corey Owens of Stockport Metro. Lane 6 is Callum Byrne of Southport. In lane 7, it's James Farnan from the Isle of Man. And in lane 8, it's Aaron Nolt of Blackpool.
Just quick announcements to coaches, team managers. If you'd like to send your finalist up, please. We've only got 2 more heats, or 1.5 more heats left of this final event. So we can send over the female 100 metres backstroke and the male 200 metres freestyle finalists, please, to marshalling. They'd appreciate it.
As we look back at the swimming, it's a good start from Corey Owens of Stockport Metro, who led at the 50-metre point of a strong-looking fly leg. Close behind him, looks like it's Callum Byrne in the lane next to him, lane 6. Possibly running third in lane 7, James Farnan. But as they come with about 10 metres to go with this fly leg, it looks like Corey, who is still going strong, comes under the flags in front of me, and it will be Corey Owens that touches first. 1:11.44 for that fly. It was a good start in your 400 IM, that is. Turning second was Callum Byrne, and then running third, still James Farnan in lane 7. The boys go onto the backs. We talked about the 200 IM, I think, yesterday. Looking for them to probably take a little bit of a breather now, get the air back in the lungs after that grueling first leg. So he's still Corey leading the way. In lane 7, looks like James Farnan perhaps just closing in a little bit. Lane 2, who we've not mentioned, Dylan Gregory also going nicely. But it is Corey Owens of Stockport Metro maintaining his lead as he turns at the far end of the pool. Turning second, James Farnan. Third place, Callum Byrne. Dylan Gregory in fourth. So round about 30 metres or so to go until we reach the halfway point. It is Corey still hanging on, but looks like we've got a strong backstroker in James Farnan there in lane 7, who's really sort of made some ground. Lane 2 also, Dylan Gregory going nice on his backstroke leg, but Corey Owens still the man to beat as he leads the way under the flags. So Corey's going to turn from back to breast in first place, closely followed by James Farnan. In third place is Dylan Gregory. Breaststroke time. This is the one that we could see some changes on. James Farnan stretching out, looking like he might take a lead in this heat. Corey Owens still going well next to him there. Lane 6, Callum Byrne of Southport, perhaps looking like a decent breaststroker. May see some moves further back in the field. Jacob Standing in lane 3, moving well on his breaststroke leg here as well. Over in lane 2, Dylan Gregory going nicely. But it looks like it is James Farnan who's had a real good first 50 of this breaststroke leg. He's going to turn first, 3:20.20, just a few seconds ahead of Corey Owens, who's still in second place. He turns 3:24.93, and turning third will be, that's Callum Byrne in lane 6. So still working our way through this breaststroke leg. James Farnan, who's come really well through here, having been in second place, now leads by about 5 or 6 metres, coming down with 15 or so metres to go. The boys will be ready now to try and get every ounce of what's left in them. For some of them, this will be their last swim of this regional championships. So they've got 100 metres of hard work to go. It is James Farnan, though, that turns first, 4:04.73. Corey Owens reaching out well to maintain his second place position, and he turns second. And turning third is going to be Callum Byrne in lane 6. Let's have a look at some entry times we've got on this last leg. Callum Byrne, 5:36 exactly. Corey Owens with a 5:33. James Farnham with a 5:38. James is looking really, really strong. James turns with 50 to go. 4:40.75. As I said, his entry time 5:38.10. He is going to smash that to pieces. Also going well still, Corey Owens in second place. He turns on 4:53, sorry. Corey's entry time of 5:33. So another swimmer looking to go well. James Farnham's got 15 metres to go. That reminder for James, his entry time, 5:38.10. He's got 5 metres to go. It's going to be more like 5:15 or so. And it is James Farnan who touches first in a time of 5:15.47. That's a cracking swim. Race for second place. Will it be Corey who holds on? Or will it be Callum Byrne just gets the touch? It's just Callum who touches in 5:28.24, and Corey Owens finishes third, 5:28.53. Some great swimming in that heat there. Our final swimmers coming into the wall. And we wait for the results to be confirmed. Looks like they are, so we can move on to our last heat in this event. It's going to be heat number 5.
In lane 1, we have Daniel French from Wirral Metro. Lane 2, Gabriel Barnett from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 3, Jan Asrich from Warriors of Warrington. Lane 4, James Vaughan, Wigan Best. Lane 6, we have Ethan Blythe from Bolton Metro. Lane 7, Freddie Sutton from Copeland. And in lane 8, George Pearce from Winsford. No swimmer in lane 5. Coming to the end of the 100-metre leg. Looks like a Wigan Best swimmer there in lane 4. James Vaughan. Closely followed by Warriors of Warrington swimmer, Jan Nazarij. Moving on to the backstroke, breaststroke legs. Yeah, looks like the Wigan Best swimmer there. James Vaughan is slightly extending his lead. Over there in lane 1, Daniel French looks like he's going quite well. Wirral Metro swimmer there. And also lane 2, Gabriel Barnett from Blackpool. Catching up the Warriors swimmer there in lane 3 of Jan. Second and a half, separating 3 swimmers there in lanes 1, 2 and 3. .225 metres to go. It's still the Wigan Best swimmer, James Vaughan. That's coming down to finish off his backstroke leg. And looking there in lane 6, Ethan Blythe from Bolton Metro's had a strong backstroke leg. He's getting contention now for that second place spot. First place spot, provisionally, is not really under question. That's James Vaughan. As he said, he's got probably 8-10 metres, the rest of the field. Then it is Jan from Warriors of Warrington. Very little else between 1, 2, 6 and 8. $150 metres left to go on this 400 IM, and it's still James Vaughan for Wigan Best. Second is now George Pearce from Winsford. Just got ahead of Jan and Warriors of Warrington. They might not have seen him hiding over here, over in lane 8. A lot of encouragement there from his coach and team managers and fellow swimmers. See those bright orange t-shirts a mile away. Certainly Wigan Best swimmer has had a strong breaststroke leg, as has George Pearce from Winsford. Just coming into the final turn with 100 metres to go.
Just a reminder now, I'm sure swimmers are getting ready, but can we now have all our finalists, if they're available, round to marshalling, please? This is the last heat of this event and our finals are coming up. So all finalists, if you could make your way round to marshalling, please.
Looking like our outside lanes 1 and 8 are scrapping for second place. But it certainly looks like James Vaughan from Wigan Best, he's got 60 metres to go, coming into his final turn. James Vaughan's entry time was 5:12.88. It might be tough to beat that one, but he certainly be in the ballpark of it. Again, Jan's been kicking really hard there for the Warriors of Warrington. Getting himself back into contention, but I think at this stage it's going to be the Wigan Best swimmer. So remember, there is entry time of 5:12.88. He's not going to be a million miles away. And he's not 5:14.28. Then it's looking like it's going to be lane 8. George Pearce from Winsford. 5:21.90. Then Jan Nazareth from Warriors of Warrington. 5:23.55. We'll just wait for our final swimmers just to come in. Results to get confirmed. And then we'll be moving on to the finals. Whoop, whoop. Okay, got a disqualification announced there in lane 1 for a technical infraction.
So after 3 busy weekends, it comes down to this. Our last set of finals are coming up. We'll shortly be getting ready for our 100-metre backstroke finals for our ladies. Then we'll move over to the open male category for some 200 metres freestyle finals, and we'll finish off with 200 metres butterfly finals for our girls. So we'll just get those ledgers in.
I know our technical officials love sticking those starting ledgers in.
Looks like we are just about getting ready for this first of our finals. So the first final is the female 11 and 12 years 100 metres backstroke. In this final we have in lane 1 from Penrith, Holly Relf. Lane 2 from Chester, it's Neve Baker. Lane 3 from Preston, Amelia Bogdanska. In lane 4 from Liverpool, Isla Liptrot. Lane 5 from Wigan Best, Amber Forkgen. Lane 6 from Preston, it's Bethany Mwakwembere. Lane 7 from Wigan Best, it's Poppy Johnson. And in lane 8 from Barrow, it's Amelia Ashwell, our finalist for the female 11 and 12 years, 100 metres backstroke. Swimmers are in the water after that all-important backstroke start. Fairly even start. Looks perhaps like lane 3. That's Amelia Bogdanska's come out of the blocks quickest there. And it does look like it is her leading as they come down past the halfway mark. But we've got next to her in lane 4, Isla Liptrot, Amber Faulkgen pretty close behind. All the swimmers made a pretty strong start to this race. Our fastest qualifier was Isla Liptrot in a time of 1:14.39. So let's see what happens as they turn and go into the second 50 of this 100-metre backstroke final. It is Amelia Bogdanska that turns first. In second was Isla Liptrot. Just in this final as well, they're all 12, apart from Isla Liptrot, who's 11. As they come down towards 25 or so metres to go, it looks like our youngest swimmer here, Isla Liptrot, who's taken a lead. 20 metres to go, and Isla Liptrot looking strong behind her. Amelia Bogdanska in second place, looking like a big battle here. Maybe lane 7, Poppy Johnson coming with a final charge as well. Bethany Mukwembury's there or thereabouts as well, as is Amber Faulkgen, but I think it will be Isla Liptrot who's going to touch first. Isla touches first in a time of 1:13.51. Touching second, Poppy Johnson, 1:15.38. And in third was Amelia Bogdanska, 1:15.83.
The results confirmed, so it looks like we're ready to move on to the next final, which is event 658. It's female 13 years, 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1 from Cockermouth, it's Ellie Woodcock. In lane 2 from Wirral Metro, Ava Halliwell. In lane 3 from Trafford Metro, Eliza Ferris. Lane 4 from City of Salford, Autumn Claxton. Lots of support there. In lane 5 from City Liverpool, Daisy Darcy. In lane 6 from Clitheroe, Imogen Clarkson. Lane 7 from Stockport Metro, Viana Sefi. And in lane 8 from Lancaster, you have Yara Ghazal. These are your finalists for the female 13 years, 100 metres backstroke final. Well, that all-important start out of the way. I think initial first 10 metres looks like lane 7. That's a Stockport Metro swimmer, Viana Sefi. Lane 4's going well. That's Autumn Claxton from City of Salford. Still got 55 metres to go. It is going to be lane 4. Autumn Claxton and Daisy Darcy from City of Liverpool. Imogen Clarkson from Clitheroe. Powering down with 25 metres to go. It's Autumn Clarkson from City of Salford. But there's not much there between City and Liverpool. And Clitheroe swimming there with Imogen Clarkson. I'm thinking it might be Imogen's just got half a stroke ahead there. But first is Autumn Clarkson at a time of 1:10.05. Second, Imogen Clarkson from Clitheroe, 1:12.74. And Daisy Darcy from City of Liverpool, 1:12.94.
Looks like the result is in, so we'll move shortly on to our next final. This final is our female 14 years 100 metres backstroke. In lane 1 from Manchester, Carey Sullivan. In lane 2 from Wigan Best, Anya Foxwell. Lane 3 from Warrington, it's Emily Hall. Lane 4 from Winsford is Kate Schillinger. Lane 5 of Warrington, Iris Hurst. In lane 6 of Wigan Best, it's Georgia Howard. Lane 7 from Stockport Metro, Megan Ormiston. Lane 8 from Wigan Best is Maisie Lloyd, our finalist for our female 14 years 100 metres backstroke. So we're off in our final 100 metre backstroke final. No surprises to see after a strong underwater. Kate Schillinger leading the way as she goes down this first 50. Maybe Emily Hall and Iris Hurst either side of her in second and third place, but pretty even between the rest of our swimmers. Going well in lane 1 and 2, that's Carey Sullivan and Anya Foxwell as well. So plenty to fight for as we go down towards the halfway point of this 100 metre backstroke final. Our fastest qualifier was Kate Schillinger in a time of 1:07.46, and Kate is just about to turn first, 32.27 for her first 50, followed by our two Warrington swimmers, that's Emily and Iris. Kate Schillinger we've seen in several events this regionals, looking a really smooth and technical swimmer, and she's doing the same, but swimmers are fighting hard behind her. Again, we've talked about Emily Hall's strong finish, but watch out for Georgia Howard in lane 6, who's coming with a bit of a charge here. So we've still got Kate Schillinger leading. Emily Hall maybe holding on for second place, but Georgia Howard is coming for her. Let's see who's going to sort out these final places. They come under the flags. Kate Schillinger is going to take this, and she takes it in a time of 1:07.35. Second is Georgia Howard of Wigan Best, and third in a time of 1:09.69 is Emily Hall of Warrington. Looks like those results are in. And we'll shortly move on to some freestyle finals.
Moving on to event 660, which is the open whale 200 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from Aquabears, we have William Thorley. In lane 2 from Carlisle Aquatics, Sergio Morganello. Lane 3 from Ramsbottom, Harrison Burgess. In 4 from Stockport Metro, Jacob Thistlewood. In 5 from City of Liverpool, Albion DeBrushy. In 6 from Blackpool Aquatics, Oscar O'Connell. In 7 from the Isle of Man, Oscar Madrill. And in lane 8 from the Warriors of Warrington, Ethan Craven. These are your finalists for event 660, the open whale 200 metres freestyle final. A long underwater phase there from lane 5. That's Albion DeBrushy. Very important aspect to swimming these days. Taking that early lead after about 30 metres. Looks like lane 4. That's Jacob Thistlewood from Stockport Metro. And not far behind, you've got lanes 5 and 6. That's Oscar O'Connell and Albion DeBrushy. That's matched there on the timing screens. with 130 metres to go, stretching ahead there. It's Jacob Thistlewood from Stockport Metro. Close line over there, lanes 1, 2 and 3. That's William, Sergio and Harrison.
Just quickly while this final's gone, we've got some results from the 400 metres individual medley in the 11-12 years age group. Third was Alex Murray of Warrington, second Samuel Higginbottom of Lancaster, and first was Leo Ashcroft of Wigan Best. In the 13 years age group, in third was Ethan Blythe of Bolton, second Gabriel Barnett of Blackpool, first George Pearce of Winsford. And in the 14 years age group, in third was Jan Nazarai of Warrington, second was James Farnan, Isle of Man, and in first place was James Vaughan of Wigan Best.
Going back to the swimming, it's still lane 4, Jacob Thistlewood. I don't think everyone's going to catch him. Well, we noticed that a lot of the City Liverpool swimmers tend to have get the second wind in the second half of the race, and Albion DeBruschi, he's going to touch second, closely followed there by Oscar O'Connell from Blackpool Aquatics. Jacob went 2:21 in qualifying. He's only got 22 metres left to go. I think he's going to beat his heat time. Stockport Metro swimmer, 2:21 on his heats. He's definitely going to beat that. Finishing there, 2:16.64. City Liverpool swimmer, 2:23.03, Albion DeBruschi. And in third place, Oscar O'Connell, 2:24.82.
So after that great swim there from Jake Thistlewood, we're going to move on to our next final. Okay, the next final. The next final is 200 metres freestyle again. We're moving on to our 13 years age group. In lane 1 from Liverpool, Jacob Irving. Lane 2 from the Isle of Man, Ed Pearson. Lane 3 from Garston, that's Ben Stevenston. Lane 4 from Blackpool, Gabriel Barnett. Lane 5 from Altrincham, that's Thomas Rickles. Lane 6 from the Isle of Man, that's Carter Neal. Lane 7 from Ramsbottom, Benji Sutcliffe. And get ready for those air horns again from Liverpool in lane 8, it's James Graham. Our 200 metre freestyle finalist in our male 13 years age group. Just 5 finals to go of the 2024 Swim England Northwest Summer Regional Championships. We're up and running in this 13 years 200 metre freestyle final. Looking to me at the moment is our Blackpool swimmer down in lane 4 who's leading the way. But close behind him is Ben Stevenson. So Gabriel Barnett of Blackpool perhaps going to touch first. As they come under the flag, so it's pretty close between those two over there in lane 4 and lane 3. But it is indeed Gabriel Barnett who turns first. Ben Stevenson in second. Turning third was Ed Pearson. Several swimmers with strong first 50s. The fastest qualifier, obviously in lane 4, was Gabriel Barnett with 2:15.81, but either side of him, 2 swimmers both finishing on 2:16s, so this could be a close one. Looks like lane 4, Gabriel Barnett is leading the way, our fastest qualifier, but as he turns, Ben Stevenson is right behind him, moving into third place perhaps in lane 2 is Ed Pearson. Thomas Rickles also going well in lane 4, he turned well and came out, was underwater well there, perhaps taking third place. Our Blackpool swimmer still leading, got around about 80 metres to go. Gabriel Barnett leads the way. Ben Stevenson in second going well. Thomas Rickles is moving nicely up the field now into a fairly comfortable looking third place at the moment. Maybe Thomas Rickles looking the strongest of the three, actually, as they come to turn with 50 to go. So let's have a look what happens here. Is Gabriel Barnett first, Ben Stevenson, then Thomas Rickles. A really good underwater again for Thomas Rickles of Altrincham, though. And he's coming for these two in the front, but Gabriel Barnett does still lead the way. Ben Stevenson right on his shoulder. Watch out, though. Lane 5, Thomas Rickles. We've had our eye on him for the last 50 metres or so, and wow, is he finishing strongly. Thomas Rickles, who qualified in 2:16.41, has made a big bid for this. So it looks like Thomas Rickles, who's edging away now with 5 metres to go. 2:16.41, as I said, in qualification. And it is Thomas Rickles in 2:13.60 that wins after a fantastic finish. Second, Gabriel Barnett, 2:15.16. And in third is Ben Stevenson, 2:15.21. What a finish there from Thomas Rickles in lane 5. The results are in. We're going to move on to our next final.
Next final is event 662, the open whale, 14 years, 200 metres freestyle final. In lane 1 from Wigan Best, Daniel Barton. In lane 2 from Stockport Metro, Mason Grady. In lane 3 from City of Manchester, Kane Ashton. In lane 4 from Bolton Metro, Leo Talbot. In 5 from Ramsbottom, Cormac Whiteley. In 6 from the Warriors of Warrington, Jan Nasridge. In 7 from Winsford, Harry Jones. And in lane 8 also from Ramsbottom is Ben Saxby. These are your finalists for event 662, the open male 14 years 200 metres freestyle final. First 25 metres, got lanes 8 and 4 going out strongly. That's Leo Talbot from Bolton Metro. I think he's edging ahead. Just coming under the flags, and is he going to turn first? It is lane 4. Then it's lane 5, Cormac Whiteley. Hard to tell, you've got 125 metres to go. Right, coming onto the flags, coming up to the halfway mark, it is lane 4. Leo Talbot, Bolton Metro, leading the way. Leo had a heat time of 2 minutes 84. I should imagine he'll be aiming to go under the 2 minute mark. Not an easy feat. Not at such a young age, but he's really going for it. And it looks like something in lane 5. That's Cormac Whiteley from Ramsbottom. He's edging for second, but lanes 2, 3, 6, there's very little there. That's Jan, Mason and Kane, all standing a chance of going for third place. Pick up that final medal. 25 minutes to go. 25 metres to go. He's got 15 seconds to do it to break that 2 minutes. 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm going to jinx it. I'm not going to say any more. 2 minutes 46 from Leo Talbot from Bolton Metro. In lane 5, they're going to get that provisional touch for second. It's Cormac Whiteley, 2:09.53. And over there in lane 2, it's the Stockport Metro swimmer, Mason Grady, 2:12.41.
Looks like the result for that last of our freestyle finals is in. So we'll move on shortly to our next set of finals. And our next finals are our females with their 200 metres butterfly. The first final is our 11 and 12-year-olds. In lane 2, from Ramsbottom, it's Rosie Byrne. Lane 3 from Winsford, it's Hattie Lawson. Lane 4 from Wirral Metro, that's Harper Aspinall. Lane 5 from Southport, Neve Corrigan. Lane 6 from Bolton Metro, Esme Moore. And in lane 7 from Warrington, it's Maya Kawa, our 200 metres butterfly finalists. Up and running in our 200 metre butterfly final for our 11 and 12-year-olds. A fairly even start, perhaps just lane 6, that's Esme Moore, or maybe lane 3. Hard to tell from my angle, possibly even lane 5 as well. Not much to choose between lanes 2 and 6 as they come down towards the first touch at the wall. Oh. Got one 11-year-old in this heat, that's Rosie over in lane 2. The rest are all in the 12 years category, but obviously this is a split category, so 11, 12-year-old final. Looked like it was Harper Aspinall, another name that we've mentioned a lot over these last couple of weekends, turning first there, closely followed by Hattie Lawson and Neve Corrigan. But lane 4, Harper, who was our fastest qualifier by quite a distance actually as well. She qualified earlier on this afternoon, a time of 2:37.52, around about 10 seconds faster than anybody else. So no surprise to see Harper leading the way. As I said, one of the standout swimmers from the last couple of weeks. You hear that name mentioned a lot. She touches and turns at the halfway point, 1:15.97 for that first 100. Turning in second was Hattie Lawson, in third still Neve Corrigan. So it's those three that are leading the way, and it was those three that were the fastest in qualifying. As I said, Harper did have about 10 seconds on the rest of them. And Harper's looking good as she goes with 75 metres or so to go. But let's have a look if we might sort out some of those places behind her. Hattie Lawson in lane 3, still going nicely, closely followed by Neve Corrigan in lane 5. As we mentioned earlier, big respect to all these swimmers. Just getting on the block and doing it twice in the space of an hour or so is hard going. Remember, these are our youngest swimmers in our regional champs as well, so for these guys to be doing a 200 fly is something in itself. And Harper Aspinall still looking strong. She's got around about 30 metres to go or so. Could be quite tight for that second and third place. It was looking like Hattie Lawson, but perhaps Neve Corrigan, our second fastest qualifier, moving level with her now as we come down towards the last half of their race. We've got Rosie in lane 2, we've got Esme in lane 6 and Maya in lane 7 also go well. But as we come towards the finish, Harper Aspinall, whose qualification time was 2:37.52, touches in 2:37.53, just 100th out of that. A real battle for second and third. It's Hattie Lawson, Neve Corrigan, perhaps Neve Corrigan in lane 5, who does just touch. In second place for Neve there, 2:47.50, and in third was Hattie Lawson, 2:48.56. So as that heat is concluded, we'll look at the scoreboard. The results look to be confirmed, so we'll move on to our next final.
And our next final is event 664, which is the female 13 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In lane 1 from Wigan Best, we have Camilla Holland. In lane 2 from Wirral Metro, Ellie Jackson. In 3 from City of Salford, Autumn Claxton. In 4 from the Warriors of Warrington, Alana Donlan. In 5 from Wirral Metro, Vivian Wilkinson. In 6 from Wigan Best, we have Olivia Knox. In 7, also from the Warriors of Warrington, we have Pink Lily Tarrick. And in lane 8 from the City of Salford, Emily Rowe. These are your finalists for event 664, the female 13 years, 200 meters butterfly final. I think we're going to be in for a treat on this final. Looking at the heats, lanes 3, 4 and 5, that's Autumn, Alana and Vivian. Really couldn't separate the three of them. And again, the early lead, it is 3, 4 and 5, just slightly separating themselves from the field. Lane 1's going well. That's Camilla Holland from Wigan Best. Can't discount anyone in a final. Who's going to get that first touch? I think it could be lane 5. That might be Vivian from Wirral Metro, and it is Vivian, closely followed by Alana Donnell and then Autumn Claxton. So the scorecards are right. We think it is going to be these three. We think there's only probably going to be half a stroke between the three of them at the end of it. There's less than 3/4 of a second difference between these three when they finished. Look at that, they're matching stroke for stroke coming under the flags. It could still be Wirral Metro swimmer just taking the touch. Let's look at the timing screen. It's now Alana Donlan for Warriors of Warrington. Then Autumn Claxton for City of Salford and Vivian Wilkinson for Wirral Metro. They almost look like sisters in the pool. The three of them are just matching themselves stroke for stroke. 75 meters to go. I think technical officials will be having a quick rub of their eyeballs just to make sure that they get their touching placings right, but it's going to be possibly lane 5. I think Vivian Wilkinson has just got the touch again. No, I'm wrong. Alana Donlan. 150.33. Then Vivian Wilkinson, Autumn Claxton. It looks to me from this vantage point, the Warriors of Warrington swimmer. That's Alana Donlan is kicking home to finish. 25 meters to go. She's got half a body length on Wirral Metro. That's Vivian Wilkinson. 10 meters to go, and it's Alana Donlan from Vivian. 2:31 on her heat time, and she's going to beat that, I think. 2:28.88 from Alana Donlan, followed by Vivian Wilkinson, 2:29.66, and Autumn Claxton, 2:33.99.
Fantastic final, girls. We're just awaiting for those results to be confirmed on our scoreboard. And after that cracker of a final, we've got one more to go, everybody. So let's have a big cheer for these ladies. I know there's not as many people in here, but let's have some big cheers for our finalists. For the last final, the 200 meters butterfly for our females who are in the 14-year age group. And this should also be a really good race. So let's hear it for our finalists. In lane 1 from Winsford, Annabelle Chan. Lane 2 from Aquabears, Ellie Schofield. In lane 3 from Wirral Metro, Lauren Berry. In lane 4 from Liverpool, Martha Sumnall. Lane 5 from the Warriors of Warrington is Iris Hurst. Lane 6, also from Warrington, Emily Hall. In lane 7 from Wirral Metro, it's Hermione Coakley-Hines. And in lane 8 from Leyland Barracudas, it's Elizabeth Adam, our finalist for the last final, the female 14 years, 200 meters butterfly. So they're off in what should be a great final. Some fantastic swimmers across the 8 lanes of this last final of our oldest category in this age group regional championships. It looks like Iris Hurst is up for this one. She's gone out quick in lane 5. No surprises, the fastest qualifier was Martha Sumnall in lane 4 next to her. Expect a race. Pretty much looks like we've got lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, but lane 3, Lauren Berry, who I think went off fast in the heat as well. Let's see if she can earn it. Touching first, I think it might just be Iris Hurst in lane 5. Second was Lauren Berry. Third is Martha Sumnall. Not much to choose between any of the swimmers across the pool, though, as they come down in the second 50. Fastest entry time was in the qualification was Martha Sumnall, 2:29.43, closely followed by Iris Hurst with 2:31. But it is Iris who's looking strong. She's got her eyes on the prize as she heads down towards the turn with 100 to go. Lots of these swimmers swimming multiple events. Some of them swam fairly recently, so let's see what they've got left. It is going to be Iris Hurst who's going to touch first in lane 5. Touching second, less than a second behind her, Martha Sumnall. Lauren Berry is holding on to that third place. Look out for Emily Hall down in lane 6 here, who we've talked about with strong finishes before. Looks like Martha's having a little bit of kick there. Iris Hurst next to her will be aware of that. These two are proper racers, so let's see what they've both got left. Our fastest qualifier, Martha Sumnall, takes the lead with around about 65 metres to go. Let's see what these two have got left, but Martha is looking good as she comes in towards the touch with 50 to go. As I said, her qualification time, 2:29. It's going to be Martha who's stretched into a bit of a lead, having turned second at the halfway point. It is Martha, nearly over 2 seconds ahead of Iris Hurst now, and it's Lauren Berry turning third with Emily Hall in fourth, close behind. Really, really impressive swim from Martha Sumnall of Liverpool, who looks like she's got this race. She's almost getting stronger and faster as she comes down with 25 metres to go. But Martha has got about 20 metres left. She's leading the way. As I said, our fastest qualifier in 2:29.43. Will she go close to that? It's a big ask to go that fast again so soon after the heat. But Martha Sumnall coming under the flags with around about a few seconds to do this. Look at this. Martha Sumnall finishes first in 2:25.87. Finishing second, Iris Hurst, 2:30.06. And in third, Lauren Berry, 2:31.21. Wow. So that concludes our final of the Northwest Summer Regional Championships. Congratulations to all of our swimmers. A massive thank you to all of our volunteers, our officials on poolside, and to all those of you who have made it possible. So thank you very much. Officials, as soon as you have done your bit, you are more than welcome to leave the poolside and go and get a well-earned rest this evening. Thank you very much, everybody. A fantastic event. We'll see you all soon.